Aloha friends, welcome to my channel. As I opened this channel and got ready to deliver this message, a white feather flew over me and it was the most beautiful divine confirmation that yes, everything is going exactly as planned. Sometimes we forget with just the day to day and the things that happen along our journey, we tend to get caught up in the energy of wanting the next thing, right? Wanting or chasing or desiring or whatever you want to call it, but like searching for that end of the road, right? Like we all want the prize at the end of the road, and we do as humans tend to forget about the journey and why we're here. And the journey is the most important part of it. That's where the changes happen, where the evolution takes place. It's where we get to witness ourselves in every aspect and throughout the different frequencies that we embody. So I'm just hearing for us to take time in the next several days to really enjoy the journey. Have fun, play, move your body, do the things that make Earth fun, right? Like go out and enjoy nature, or be silly, or taste the chocolate. I know there was a video that we watched years ago that said, taste the chocolate. That's why we're here. We don't have those things in other dimensions, in higher planes. So while we're here, we may as well enjoy it. So take some time to figure out what it is that you enjoy about your journey, and actually take some time in the next several days to bring that more of that energy in. Okay, I'm also hearing that, well, they want me to back up. Okay. So if you've experienced kind of a roller coaster of emotions in the last few days, you are not alone. There's a lot going on in the atmosphere. There were some geomagnetic storms that happened, solar flares. There's just so much going on in regards to this ascension that it's hard to really ground. Grounding is becoming harder and harder, and also because Mama Gaia herself is ascending and moving into higher dimensions. So what we felt was grounding before isn't going to be the same. And so if you've moved through a lot of emotions in the last few days, just know that it is part of the journey, and there's nothing wrong with you. You're not regressing. You're not going backwards. It's just things that still are continuing, like that the light that we're shining is going into deeper, darker spaces, and it's just bringing up things that just are ready to be let go of. A big one is people and relationships. They are definitely going to change, and I can't tell you how many times our friendships that me and my husband have acquired during our time together have changed and shifted. And sometimes we outgrow people, and sometimes they outgrow us, and then we weave back in and out of each other's lives. And we've, in the beginning, it was hard to understand why we would make these really amazing friendships, and everything felt really good, and then why they were, or we were, moving in and out of each other's lives so frequently. And now we, after it's happened for years, we have a deeper understanding that, we're all on this journey, and there are things that are going to come up for us at different times, and there are lights that are going to be shined on us and bring up our shadow, and we're going to shine our light on others and bring up their shadow. And it's okay to have this weaving in and out of relationships. And that's not just friendships, it's family bonds, and it's just connections. It could be, coworkers, or just these connections that we have had throughout our lifetime. Now, some of them are going to fully fall off. Part of the shift is us embracing our higher selves, really starting to align with the harmonizing of the ego and the higher self. And because of that, a lot of people, places, and things that resonated for us when we were in different vibrations are no longer going to resonate for us, and that's okay. So lovingly let go, and just allow yourself to fully surrender, and be in the space that that we start to understand on a deeper level that everything is divine and our higher selves are guiding us exactly where we need to be. All right. Let's see what else is coming through. So that was the last few days. Just a lot of emotions, some purging. Definitely cleanse yourself. They're saying cleanse yourself, cleanse yourself. A lot of the energy that's coming through is not even ours. It is people and places and things that we are connected to energetically. So it's really important right now to cleanse your energy. Arakatasahamano futumana katitigini and atatiskiri and etiquette. Arakatufutumana kachanana katitikitisi and anatashkumanana. Okay, so yes, cleanse your energy. Detach, detach, detach. That is what's going on right now. We are learning the art of detachment, of how to not become attached to people, places, and things, because everything is shifting and we're not all going to rise at the same time. There are going to be things that happen that, get us to fall off. Like myself last year, I was growing through a lot of victim mentality that I didn't know I was still holding on to. And it took me into my own deep, dark space where I needed to seclude myself from everyone that I knew. Now, coming out of that and getting out into, I guess, reintegrating with society again has been really interesting. I've noticed that I I don't feel the need to people please. I feel like anyone who has crossed my boundaries at this point, it's like, if I've tried to put boundaries up with people and they haven't respected them, it's not up to me to go back and start those boundaries all over again. I've done my part, right? I've done my part, and same with you. So let go, detach, they're saying, attachment is one of the systems. Thank you, Spirit. Attachment is one of the systems that is being broken, right? Because when we're not attached, we are able to have the most authentic relationships with people, places, and things, because there's no attachment there. There's no feeling like we're going to lose them. We need to be ourselves so that we don't, or not be ourselves so that we don't lose them. it's just a very genuine, authentic space to be in, and to completely understand that everything in Earth Realm is going to come and go at some point, right? There are relationships and things that are going to be in our lives, for our the entire time that we're incarnated here. However, there's still going to be that shift out, right? That shift out of Earth Realm. So really, really work on detaching this week. Hearing to breathe deep. That's going to be part of the detachment, is really breathing and filling into your own body and knowing that you are okay, you are safe, you are protected, you are guided, and nothing really dies, nothing really leaves, right? We learn the lessons and we move on. And even in transition, at the time of death, there's nothing that actually leaves. It just ascends to a higher space, which is what we're all here for anyhow. Oh, and my left ear is ringing, so there's a lot of light coming through and a lot of change. I'm hearing so much change. 1111 as I say that. And really just allowing yourself to shift through it. Attachments are what keep us from wanting to embrace change, right? Because when we become attached to something, whether that be a person, place, or thing, we almost like the energy they're giving me is like digging our feet into the ground, and not wanting to. Um, and I am back. I had some technical difficulties there. My apologies. So detachment. That is the theme of the next several days. Really working on detaching and trusting and knowing that everything is happening divinely and as it's supposed to. Now, moving into the next several days, along with detachment, I'm really hearing play. They're saying you've been too serious. There's just too much of like work and no play, too much healing and not enough not enough integrating. The you can do all these things to continue to heal yourself, and if you're not spending the time integrating it, you're really just spinning your wheels. It's not going anywhere. So allow yourself time to integrate, and integrate means to rest, to feel, to allow things to come and go, and to just be in that space where you are open and free. Okay, so, and then along with that, play. They really want you to like get out, have some fun, maybe do something you've never done before. There's not enough play going on, and play sparks creativity. Thank you, Spirit. Play sparks creativity. So if you feel like you've had a creative block, like you're not able to create or move on with the things that you're creating, it's because there's not enough play in your life. Okay, Spirit. So this is one that I've struggled with. So I'm going to ask now, for those of us who have had a hard time bringing play into our lives, what do we need to do to bring that in? They said, be like a toddler. Okay, be like a toddler. I'm seeing like a toddler who is like out in nature and curious and climbing on things and pulling up things from the ground, maybe digging through the mud. Be like a toddler, play. If you actually are able to be around toddlers, even better, because they are going to help you tap into that inner child and playful experience. If you don't have any toddlers in your life, like children, nieces, nephews, um, children of friends, whatever that you can actually hang out with. I volunteered for a while at the Boys and Girls Club of America. Like there are things that you can get into that will help you get into play. And if not, then just think like a toddler. Go out and explore and do different things and Maybe even look, this is interesting. Spirit is saying look into some toddler type games. Like go online, look up games for toddlers and do them as an adult because they're going to tap you into that like fun, creative, playful state. And it's just a gateway. It's a gateway to open you up to your imagination and your play so that you can continue to create whatever it is that you were working on, or maybe you don't even know that you're supposed to be working on something, but we are creative beings. We are supposed to be creating. That's why part of the systems was to sever us from that creative energy and to get us, to be in a box, to do everything exactly the same way in a specific order that just was very mundane and had no creativity. So open up, play, allow yourself to get into that fun space, dance, move your body. Move your body is a big one when it comes to play. Okay. And I'm feeling, again, I keep clearing my throat. So there's something with the throat chakra that is coming up that needs to be, they're telling me purged. Okay. So yeah, it's like this energy of you've had your voice taken from you, not just in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes where you felt like maybe you were playing and you were being creative and you were speaking your voice and coming up with these things. And somebody came to you and told you, you're stupid, you're dumb, you shouldn't be doing that, you need to grow up. All of these random things that made you feel like you were doing something wrong, and that's what shifted for you. And so now they want you to get in the energy of like, that's amazing, show me more, what else can you do, being like the supportive conscious parent to a toddler. And instead of shutting down their stuff because it's not perfect, allowing them to open up and do the things that they want. Now they're bringing this message in. I read this article not that long ago, and it was about a father whose child, they talked about what's something your child did that was completely out of the box, and you felt like you had to go with it to make them feel better. And they had this father wrote in, and he had this child where the child was like, the child came to him one day. I think he was like maybe 8 or 9, and he's like, dad, I know what I'm gonna do with my life. Like, I understand this, and I want to do more of this. And so the father was excited, and he was like, yeah, what do you feel like you want to do with your life? And he said, I want to splash in puddles. And it sounds so random. And so at first, like they're like, oh, okay, it's just like a child thing, he'll grow out of it. And the more they allowed him to be in that space, the more this child actually, like, throughout his even teenage years, like, he would create puddles, he would splash in puddles, and he started taking note on how they were splashing, how deep the puddle. He was getting all this data, right? And at a certain point, like, I think it was in high school, they were like, okay, we need to tell him that, like, playing in puddles is not a thing, and he really needs to start, thinking about getting a real job and going to college and all this stuff. And the dad went to him and said, hey, maybe it's time that we start thinking about something else. I don't know if this puddle thing is going to work out for you. And the child said, let me prove it to you. I know what I'm doing, and I know that this can be something really big. And instead of the father shutting him down, he let him prove it. And he said, okay, well, I want you to show me exactly your thesis on what you feel like you're going to do in regards to these puddles, and then we'll go from there. And he collected so much data and did all these amazing things. And I can't fully remember the end, but I know that he ended up going to college for something that had to do with data and working in nature and water in the atmosphere. And it just ended up being like this amazing career that he got into. And so my point is, even if it feels dumb, if it feels like it's just play, if it feels like it's not anything with purpose, know that there are reasons that these things come up. So if you're feeling like you need to go roller skating, or you need to go play in puddles, or you need to, finger paint. Whatever it is, allow yourself to tap into that inner child, that imaginative, creative space. And that is what is going to accelerate you on this journey and help bring in more fun, because we should be enjoying the journey. We should be having a good time with it and not just waiting for the next thing to happen. So maybe let go of the things that you are trying to call in. If you have some big things that you've been working on and you're like every day trying to work on that, tap out of that. Get yourself into a playful experience. Enjoy, taste the chocolate, enjoy life and what it brings, and tap into that imaginative, creative, toddler-like space, and you will be surprised at the magic that will come from that. All right, I just saw this, I'm sure you saw this beautiful crow fly by, and it was a reminder also to talk to the animals, to talk to the trees, have these connections with things that we don't typically connect with, that are living beings, and they too will guide us on this journey. All right, I feel like that is all. I did bring a card deck with me today. It is the Cosmic Dancer Oracle by Sedona Soulfire, one of my absolute favorites. And I did pull out a card. Actually, I didn't pull it out. They're like, don't tell them that. I went to man, why can't I talk right now? Okay, I went to shuffle the cards and pull a card out of the deck, and they told me it's on the bottom. So technically, I did pull it out. This card is number 43, so if that number resonates for you, some of you are going to connect with that number. It also reduces to a 7, and 7 is really about joy and abundance. And they're telling me creativity. I've never heard that before, but creativity is also coming in with it. And it's consciously complete. I will post a picture of this card for you at the end of this reading. But I'm going to go ahead and just read what it says here in the book for Consciously Complete. It says, the cosmic dancer is a never-ending spiral of endings and beginnings. Every ending is also a beginning. Consciously honoring the completion of something allows you to garner, assimilate, and integrate the gifts of the past as you simultaneously open yourself to the new. Receiving this card indicates a cycle is ending or has recently ended. An experience, relationship, or project is coming to a close. Alternatively, an old behavioral or psychological pattern is ready to be let go of. To establish closure, consciously work in the realm of energy, emotion, frequency, and vibration. This will ensure that you are not weighed down by your past events. Additionally, it will ground and dissipate any extra energy that you no longer need. No matter what is ending or has ended in your life, feel appreciation and gratitude for everything that it taught you and for all of the big and small blessings it brought you. If it's something you're ready to release, cancel, clear that word, let go of, accept and embrace the experience and acknowledge the many lessons that it brought. If it's something that's challenging to let go of, feel grateful for having had the experience. The completion of a cycle is a perfect time for ritual. This ritual can be as simple as or as detailed as you wish, as long as you set the intention to alchemically synthesize and metabolize all the many blessings the cycle brought into your life. Once you do, lovingly let it all go. Breathe deeply and relax your mind, body, and spirit. Surrender any details, outcomes, and attachments to the universe. You can do this with absolute trust when you remember that the universe will harmonize and calibrate all excess energy and bring all associated aspects and effects into divine and perfect order. Put the past to rest. Let go and move forward with lightness and joyful expectation. Remember, endings are a natural and necessary part of life. They bring needed blessings and growth, and they always make way for beautiful new beginnings. All right. So that is this week's Moon Day reading. Have a fabulous week, and I will look forward to connecting with you all soon. Take care. Adios.